Alright, let's go ahead and get started. So, for our warm-up, let's go through and I'll just have you guys tell me the degrees of each angle. So, to start us off, let's go with somebody random. Alright, Joseph, what's angle 1? What? Yep, 155. Alright, let's keep going through. Ryan, give me angle 2. Yep. Tyler, angle 3.
25.
Carissa, angle 4. Chloe, angle 5. Juana, angle 6.
Oh, you made me press the wrong square.
155.
Lark, angle 7, last one.
25.
25, that's tough. Alright, so what we are doing today is basically what we did yesterday, but we're kind of backwards. Today, we're going to say what lines are parallel. Yesterday we said, oh, we have parallel lines. What do you know about these? But it's backwards. Today we're going to say, oh, we have these things with our angles. What lines are parallel? So we're flipping it around a little bit. So, we're going to go over a little bit of notes, and then we'll do some in class, and it shouldn't be too bad. So, if we have two corresponding angles, if I know that angle 2 and angle 6, they're corresponding, and I know that they are congruent. If I have congruent corresponding angles, then I have parallel lines somewhere. So if I have corresponding angles, if they are congruent, then I know I have parallel lines. So I'm looking at this shape right here. 2 and 6, they're corresponding. 2 is top right, 6 is top right. So I know L and M are parallel. So I'm going to say L is parallel to M. That's my fancy cursive L right there.
Damn it.
Taking notes?
Yeah, I know. Like it could. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Alright. So let's look down here at literally at angle 1 and angle 2. Angle 1 and angle 2 are corresponding, right? Because they are top right, top right. And according to my problem, it says which lines are parallel. If angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. So I need to figure out which are parallel. So to do that, I have two possible answers. My answer is either going to be L is parallel to M, or A is parallel to B. It's going to be one of those two. Because, can L and A be parallel?
No.
No, it's got to be L and M. Those are the only two. Same thing, A and B are the only ones that can be parallel, because A touches L and M, so they can't be parallel there. So I'm going to look at angle 1 and angle 2. For angle 1, you might be able to just look at this and say what's parallel. That's fine. If you can't look at it and say what's parallel, that's why I'm doing this. On angle 1, what lines does angle 1 touch right here?
A and M.
A and M, right?
Yeah.
Touches A and M. Okay. What lines does angle 2 touch?
B and M.
B and M. Alright. What parallel lines, what set of parallel lines was listed in here? Do I have an L and an M
No.
in here? No. But I have an A and a B, which means A and B are my parallel lines. So A is parallel to B.
Oh, that's so cool.
So if you're not sure which are parallel, look at, or list which line each angle touches. Angle 1 touches A and M. 2 touches B and M. The only parallel lines it shows are A and B. So A is parallel to B. And we're actually basically just doing this today until the very end. We are just changing up what we are looking at. So we started off with corresponding angles. She grabbed the brand up here. Alright, if I have alternate interior angles, then I also have parallel lines. So if I have angle 4 is congruent to angle 6 in this picture right here, if I have that, then L is parallel to M. And we're going to just look at a couple of these. Let's look at this bottom shape down here. What lines up parallel if angle 1 is congruent to angle 4? So I have angle 1 right here, angle 4 right here. So just like before, my only possible answers were L and M and A and B. Because L is parallel to M, A is parallel to B. I just need to figure out which ones I know based off of 1 and 4. So, and there's 2 questions here, so I'm just going to separate them a little bit. For angle 1, what lines does angle 1 touch?
A and M.
What?
A and M.
A and M. I heard A and L. Yeah, not quite. Alright, what lines does angle 2 touch? Excuse me.
L. A and L.
A and L?
Yeah.
Okay. What parallel lines shows up in this list?
M and L.
M and L. Or L and M, it doesn't really matter. So M is parallel to L. Based off of angle 1 and angle 4.
That's funny you put two.
There you go, Pat. Alright, let's look at our second question because there's 2 questions here. We did that first one, and we're going to do the second one now. What about if angle 1 is parallel to angle 7? Or excuse me, if angle 1 is congruent to angle 7. So I have angle 1 right here, angle 7 right here, alternate interior angles. So let's look at what lines does angle 1 touch?
A and M.
A and M. Alright, let's look at angle 7. What lines does angle 7
B
touch?
and
I
M.
have to ask somebody else, Ryan.
It just.
Trying to make up for the days you missed.
Yes, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do.
Alright, we got B and M. What set of parallel lines
A
shows
and
up?
B.
A and B. So A is parallel.
Hey, I'm just trying to catch up.
Now shush you.
I can. I'm trying to catch
Can.
up.
So help me, I will find duct tape.
Oh yes, please. That's my life goal right there. Put
Dang
duct tape
it.
coming to school.
That's a little weird.
How is it weird? I talk almost every class. That's my goal.
You usually don't talk about it.
Simmer down.
Yeah, he does.
Not in this
Not in this
class.
class.
Not in this class.
Alright.
Every other class, though. Yeah.
Everybody got, anybody still copying this one down?
Totally.
No.
You got it, Tyler?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Alright,
Okay.
so we are going to look at one that's slightly different now. So we're going to look at same side interior angles. So if same side interior add up to 180, then we have parallel lines. So this one is a little different. I don't have congruent angles, I have same side interior. So if I have in this shape right here, if angle 3 plus angle 6 equals 180, then L is parallel to M. Alright, so let's look at down here, and there's 2 questions. It says what lines are parallel if angle 5 equals 100 and angle 6 equals 80. And then there's a second question that if 1 is 60 and 5 is 100. We'll get to those later.
Okay.
So we're going to just do this first one. So if angle 5 equals 100 and angle 6 equals 80, let's see if we have parallel lines somewhere. Alright, so angle 1 is right here.
Wouldn't it be A
Angle
and
5
B?
is right here. Are they same side interior?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes. They're between 2 lines and they're on the same side. So 1 and 5. Alright. Does angle... Oh, I wrote the wrong thing. I'm looking at the wrong spot. I'm sorry. It should be 5 and 6, not 1 and 5.
Goki.
That was my bad.
Jeez.
My bad.
It is.
First mistake all year.
Yeah, why? Just a second.
I should probably stop making that joke at this point.
Yes. Yes, you should.
Alright. Sorry. So angle 5 is 100. Angle 6 is 80. Alright, here we go. 5 and 6. So I want to know, does angle 5 plus angle 6 equal 180?
Yes. Yes.
More steps. So 100 plus 80 does equal 180, which means I have parallel lines somewhere. So let's look at what lines does angle 5 touch?
A and L.
A and L. How about angle 6?
B and L.
It touches B and L. What parallel lines show up in my list?
A and B.
A and B. So A is parallel to B. I got you.
Lay down, she says.
There you go.
Lay down on the table.
There you go, Kylie. You can see now. Maybe I put you in the front.
Did she look Kylie?
I thought you were looking.
No.
Oh, I didn't know you were asking for that.
Really?
All right.
I was like, I'm not Kylie.
I thought you were asking for yourself.
Where to go
All right, let's look at our second problem now. I want to know if angle 1 equals 60 and angle 5 equals 100, what are my parallel lines? So let's look at, so angle 1 equals 60, I'm just writing it out. Angle 5 equals 100. So I got angle 1 is right here. Angle 5 is right here. Alright. These are same side interior, right? Which means if they equal 180, I've got parallel lines somewhere.
Oh, that's good.
So I got angle 1 is 60 plus angle 5 is 100. Is 60 plus 100, does that equal 180?
No.
No. 160 does not equal 180. Because my same side interior, because they don't add up to 180, I don't have parallel lines. Or I don't know if I have parallel lines, I guess. I don't have enough information. So I can't say lines are parallel, so I'm just going to say none. None. There are no parallel lines that I know of. There might be some in there somewhere, but I don't have enough information yet.
Oh, that's a 5.
What, does it look like an S?
Yes.
I know,
Oh, I
it
still don't
does
know
look
where I can do it.
Bad times. Quit driving me.
It looks like an S. That 5 equals, yeah. Angle 5 equals, angle S equals 100, totally.
He's not there.
Smart. Well, that's funny, huh, Kristen? What would you print TikTok?
What? I'm trying to.
Alright, so we've got one or two more real quick. Since you guys are doing pretty good. Alright, and then our last one, if we have
Go to the
alternate
side.
exterior
Go to the
angles are congruent, then we have parallel lines somewhere just like before. So, 5, looking at this little shape right here, 1 and 7, they're alternate exterior. They are congruent, which means L is parallel to M. So just like we've been doing, let's look at if I have angle 3 and angle 8 on this big shape down here. So I got angle 3 is congruent to angle 8. I'm just looking at that question right here. So if I have angle 3 right here, if I have angle 8 right there, are they congruent, or it says they're congruent to each other, right? Are they alternate exterior? So I've got parallel lines somewhere.
Yeah.
So what does angle 3 touch?
Oh,
A and L.
A and L. Alright, what does angle 8 touch?
A and M.
A and M. What parallel lines show up?
L
L and L.
L and M. L is parallel to M.
No, I said M and L. I just said that, that's all.
Alright, for our next one, second question.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure why I didn't capitalize this I in my head. Oh well. Alright, so if angle 7 is 45 and angle 9 is 55, let's see if we got parallel lines somewhere.
It's none.
Alright, angle 7 is right here. Angle 9 is right here. 7 is 45. 9 is 55. So, these are alternate exterior angles, right?
Only equal
Are
to
they
100.
equal to each other?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, 45 is not equal to 55. I don't know if I have parallel lines. They might be there somewhere, but I don't know. So my answer is going to be none.
Next. Which line I say justify it?
These look like L's too.
What?
Oh, fancy E's.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Where'd you put it?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Get out.
Oh, you just did that practice work today. We didn't have extra notes.
Susie said we did.
We just had that paper I printed off. Yeah. Just the homework paper.
That's funny. You did a typo on here. Which line or segment? Oh, I'm still in there. I thought you said it was a typo.
Alright, so let's do a couple of these together now. So I'm going to say what lines or segments are parallel, and I'm going to justify my answer. And when I justify it, I need to just say something like because they're alternate interior, or because they are corresponding, or something like that. So let's look at question 7 right here. Question 7 right here. On 7, I have an angle right here, and I've got this one. And you guys remember what the little arcs mean?
They're equal to each other?
They're equal. They are congruent. So, I know I've got parallel lines somewhere, and they didn't give us names for lines, which is kind of annoying, but we can still figure it out. So, what kind of angles are these? When I have look at angle E right here and angle G. They're corresponding, right? So, doesn't it mean I have parallel lines?
Yeah.
So, I'm either going to have these left and right ones or the kind of up and down ones? Which are they going to be?
Up and down.
Up and down ones, right? So I'm going to say BE, line BE, there we go. Line BE is parallel to my other up and down one, line CG. And it says justify, that means I have to give a reason. And all I need to do is really say because they are corresponding. That's all I really need to do.
I'll just put core.
Yes.
C-O-R-R. Core.
Look at like all caps. Like hardcore. Alright, let's do number 8, then you guys are going to do 9 and 10 together. So, on number 8, I've got a couple more congruent angles, right? I got right here by P,
Totally.
right here by Q. So what kind of angles are these?
Parallel? Good.
Parallel angles? Are they alternate interiors? Same side?
Same side.
No.
No, wait, alternate because one's
No. Alternate means we're crossing a line somewhere.
corresponding.
Corresponding. Bottom left, bottom left. So I have corresponding, and they're congruent, which means I got parallel lines somewhere. So what do you think it's going to be?
Arrays.
Yep, our arrays, our down ones. Because I've got this left and right one, but I don't have any other left and right ones that touch my angles. Only one is going to be ray SP, ray TQ. So I'm going to go, I'll just go right here. So ray SP, remember ray only has one arrow on top,
I did not know that.
is going to be parallel to ray TQ.
Why are you laughing for?
Just, we've done this for like months. You didn't know that.
Who did
And
not
our
know
reason
that?
is because it's corresponding.
Wait, look at me for I said words.
Yes.
I already knew how to do
I
that.
heard you say that.
What?
I didn't know that.
I didn't say that. I said of course it's just one line.
Okay, Ryan.
I did.
No, Ryan, you really did say, I didn't know that.
I tried to do it quick. I tried to do it dramatic.
So for your first in-class problems, do 9 and 10.
Oh, okay.
Do them on your own, then check with your partner.
Degree angle.
How come they don't give us
I'm too stupid for number 9. Even though it's the same exact thing we did. Wouldn't it be C and M and H and A?
Usually you get like 2 or 3 rotators.
I'm not doing it on
H and A. If it's just a line, you put a line on top because I'm too stupid for that one.
Yes.
Line.
Triangle with arrows. I was gonna say triangles.
Really? Triangles?
I guess they technically are if you don't count it. If you do connect it.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. What?
Ugh, not this so C and M and H and A. Okay, for number 10, would it be J and M and Q and T?
I don't know, maybe.
The way you said that makes me double.
I put K and R in it.
Now it's totally J and M and Q and T. Oh, it's just number 10. It's J and M.
I thought it was paper window.
I'll give you about another 30 seconds.
Oh, I see why.
About. More or less.
Charlie, look at my paper.
Yeah, they're close.
Yeah. Man, What is the value of x with a and b? Okay, this is gonna be so easy.
They're just like,
Oh, easy.
yeah, they're there.
What is the value of x?
Yeah, this really isn't believing it's a
Yeah, this one's easy.
You want me to comb them or something? Yeah. I just go like this. I played the tic-tac game way too much. I know all the moves.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, let's go over this. So we're gonna pick.
Pick a nerd.
Meeny, miny, I choose you.
No, pick a geek this time.
I choose you.
Pick a geek.
Chloe. You're number 9 for us. Right on the board, please.
I really don't know how to do it.
Pick a geek.
Excuse me.
I think
Supposed to pick
it's
a geek.
M.
There's some more there.
C.
What? Parallel to
Hey, shush.
That's H.
Shush.
Ha.
Alright, so let's look at this.
It's Mick Ha.
On M and C and H and A, they could be parallel, right?
Yeah.
Those two 45-degree things?
Yeah.
Are those by C and M and H and A?
No.
So I can't really be those ones. What are those
Okay,
two
I
buys?
got it.
M and A and A&R.
Okay, shut up, Meg. Nobody asked you.
That would be H and R and C and A. C and A and H and R.
Just let her do it, she's got
Hostile in
this.
here.
C and A.
Because.
Believe in yourself, Chloe.
What?
Alright, so A and C is going to be parallel to
R.
H and R. Alright, and how do we know?
Because they're by each
Air conditioning.
What kind of, those two 45-degree angles, right?
Because they
What kind of angles are those?
They are
Correspond.
equal angles. They're congruent.
Air conditioning hours.
I can't
Just
feel it.
write the
Same
final
size
word.
interior.
You got
They
that?
are acute angles.
Air conditioning.
Are, just Chloe. What angles are those two 45?
Oh.
Are they alternate interior, alternate exterior, same side interior, or corresponding? Corresponding.
That looks like an
So the
E.
two 45-degree
But
angles
that's
are
just a-
corresponding because they are in the same position.
But that's just line.
I don't even know what you're doing.
I wasn't writing anything.
Terrible.
She was doing.
Terrible. Alright, and then for question number 10. Nobody's up to this. Number 10. I choose you, Kylie. Number 10 for us, Kylie. Oh, that sucks.
Ooh, you finally won.
Alright, guys, gonna do number 10 for us.
You were so
Alright, well, I give it a shot. What do you think?
I don't know. Think that movie.
You won 4 times. Good job. Try check.
Try check.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna see what Kylie says. What do you think's parallel, Kylie?
K and R and M and T.
K and R.
Alright, because? Yep. So, K and R, or I guess R and K.
Move your hand back.
R and K is parallel to M and T because they are
Move your head closer.
rounding. Goodness. It's good enough, I said. You're done. Now all of a sudden you want to write. Alright, and then only one thing to watch out for as you guys do these. What kind of things are AC and HR in question 9? Are they rays? Are they lines? Are they segments?
Segment.
They're segments, right?
Ooh.
A and C and H and R are segments, so we need to have the line on top for segments. Same thing here. These are both segments. Make sure you have those lines on top.
That's what I was looking for, not line. I meant segments. Jeez.
They're like a chunk. They have 2 endpoints.
That's what I meant.
I like your little home screen video you watch. I seen that. What is it?
Is it
Remember when it was Isaiah?
Isn't it Jake or something?
Adventure Time.
That's because he would always check my watch and he'd come up and like tap it. I put his face later about him.
Jake and Kenny.
Alright,
Take this little thing to go on.
let me think for a second. We're gonna skip this one. We're gonna skip this one. We're gonna go to the exit ticket. We're gonna practice showing which lines are parallel. So skip that one. Go to your exit ticket. I will turn on some creative in just a minute. And then I will put your homework on Google Classroom. I'm gonna have to change some numbers on your homework around a little bit though, so don't start on it yet. Just because I wanted to skip those ones.
Don't show up to Miss Kennedy.
So do your exit ticket
Call my parents, your parents.
and go from there.